We live in a world obsessed with timelines. Society whispers, sometimes shouts, that by 25 you should have everything figured out: your career, your love life, your finances, even your identity. And by 30, if you're not successful, you've somehow failed. But is that really true? Or is this just another illusion designed to make us chase life like a race? Carl Jung once said, "A man who has not passed through the inferno of his passions has never overcome them." In other words, the mistakes, the wasted years, the detours, they are not the end of your story. They are the necessary fires that forge transformation. And sometimes it takes reaching your 30s, or even later, before you realize that truth. Think about it. Why do we pressure ourselves with an invisible deadline? Maybe it's the way we're raised. Maybe it's the endless highlight reels of social media showing us 25-year-old millionaires in Lamborghinis. Maybe it's even our parents who believed stability should come early. But here's the secret. Life is not a straight path. Some people peak at 20, others at 70. What matters is not when, but how you rise. I know this because I've lived it. My 20s, they were a blur. I drank too much. I played too many video games. I floated from job to job, waiting tables, parking cars, working retail. I had no skills, no direction, no real vision for my life. If you had asked anyone who knew me back then, they would have said, "He's not going anywhere." And honestly, I believed them. But something changed. At 31, I was about to become a father. I was working as a valet at a strip club in Las Vegas. It paid enough to get by, but I knew deep down it wasn't a future. It wasn't a life I wanted for my child. And it scared me. That fear became fuel. I decided to reinvent myself. I picked up coding, teaching myself through free YouTube videos and online tutorials. At first, people thought I was crazy. I didn't have a degree. I didn't have a background in tech. Why would anyone hire me? But slowly, with long nights and relentless practice, I built real skills. And at 32, I landed my first job as a programmer. That moment was proof. It's never too late to start over. Jung would call this process confronting the shadow, the darker, hidden part of ourselves that we avoid. My shadow was laziness, self-doubt, fear of failure. For years, I let it control me, but when I finally faced it, when I refused to let it define me, that's when transformation began. And this isn't just my story. History is full of late bloomers. Colonel Sanders didn't start KFC until he was 65. Vera Wang entered fashion at 40. J.K. Rowling was broke, divorced, and depressed when she published Harry Potter at 32. If life really ended at 30, none of these names would mean anything to us today. Nietzsche once wrote, "He who has a why to live can bear almost anyhow." And that's the real turning point. Your 30s are not the deadline. They're the moment when your why becomes clear. In your 20s, you chase approval. In your 30s, you start searching for meaning. And once you have meaning, once you have a reason to fight, you can endure almost anything. So let me ask you, what's your why? Why do you get up in the morning? Why do you push forward? Because if you don't know yet, that's fine. But find it. Without it, no skill, no job, no relationship will ever feel enough. With it, age doesn't matter. You can build a new path anytime. Now, how do you begin? Aristotle gives us the blueprint. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. That means you don't need one giant breakthrough. You need daily consistency. Stop thinking in terms of overnight success. Start thinking in terms of habits, rituals, and persistence. And here's another truth. You have more power than you think. The internet has destroyed the old excuses. Anything you want to learn, whether it's coding, art, business, or psychology, is a click away. You don't need permission. You don't need a degree. You need discipline, patience, and the courage to start where you are. But let's be honest. The biggest enemy isn't society. It isn't your parents. It isn't even the job market. The biggest enemy is you, your self-doubt, your procrastination, your excuses. For years, I was my own worst enemy. I told myself I wasn't smart enough, that I had already wasted too much time. But the moment I shut that voice down, everything changed. Jung believed that true growth requires a confrontation with the self, that moment when you stop lying to yourself and see your life as it really is. That confrontation is painful, but it's also liberating, because once you face your reality, you can finally change it. So if you're in your 30s, your 40s, even your 50s, and you feel like you've wasted your life, listen to me carefully. It is not too late. Your past does not define you. Your choices today do. If I could turn my life around, if others throughout history could find their path later in life, you can too. Remember this: timelines are illusions. Life is not a race. It is a story. And the best stories often start when the world least expects it. So don't give up. Don't buy into the myth that you're too old, too late, too far gone. Because you're not. You're just getting started. Thank you for watching. If this message resonated with you, make sure to like the video, drop a comment sharing your own journey, and subscribe for more insights on philosophy, psychology, and self-growth. Your support means more than you know, and it helps this channel keep growing. So, go out there. Face your shadow. Build new habits. Find your why. And prove to yourself that 30 is not the end, it's the beginning.